be here till about 6 tonight.
Okay, Jayci, give us 30 seconds of your linguistics warm-up.
Oh.
Any of them. Continue.
No, that's not one. I made that
That's
one
the
up.
Sand Bushman.
I made that one up. I don't remember. It's been a
Go, hit her with
while.
the first question. She's ready.
Jayci, what do you do?
I'm a personal trainer. I'm a dog mom. I am a girlfriend. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. No, no.
Are you a good human being?
For the most part.
I don't believe you.
I'd like to think so.
Okay. How would you describe your training now?
Yeah, sporadic. I basically train.
Bipolar?
Bipolar? No, I'm not bipolar anymore.
Bernice? Bye.
Bernice. No, that's different. That's a different disorder.
Okay. Jekyll and Hyde?
Anyways, you're really, what's the word I'm looking for?
Intrusive?
No, I can't think of the
Obnoxious?
word. No, I
Handsome.
can't think of the word, but you ask me a question and then you start saying all these other, distracting. You're distracting.
I know, my tits are so big.
Is he gonna be the one asking me questions?
Yes!
Because this is ridiculous.
It's entertaining.
I need a new. I need a new host.
Nowhere.
I know we've gone nowhere.
So how would you describe your training now, like beyond sporadic?
I basically train when my head feels good. So, and I'll.
What's the background on that?
Full body stuff.
How about training history first? Before the head injury, let's go training history.
Yeah.
Since
I'm
I'm the one
so
who's-
sick of talking
I'm the one who
about my
signed
head
you up
injury.
at 24, so what's your...
Give us the 1 minute.
Okay,
Give us
so-
30 second spiel on what
Okay,
happened.
so I was an athlete in high school, and I played soccer, volleyball, track. I think that was it. And I was hella good at all of them.
Fucking bench.
You fucking Amazon, that's why.
No, and then I played soccer for 2 years in college. I was the goalkeeper, my big ass deck hands. And then when I quit soccer, I was working at Outback Steakhouse as a waitress / bartender. And I decided that I had to be active still, because that's just in my nature. So I started working out at Planet Fitness. I did that for about 8 months, and I realized how much of a joke that gym was. So when I had more money, I went to 24-Hour Fitness, where I actually met Rob,
Was good.
who signed me up and said, "Welcome to a real gym." And then when he signed me up for Chalk It Up, he said, "Welcome to a real gym."
Rob's actually Satan.
Yeah.
The boys trying to make sales back in the day, all right? Bamboozling old ladies. Shitty ass gym.
But yeah, I was more bodybuilding style. I was super scrawny, so it was really hard for me to gain
Was?
weight. Yeah,
Except for the
but
hot dogs, boy.
okay. I didn't want to talk about it. So I ate a lot of food, and I actually got my workouts from bodybuilding.com.
Bodybuilding.com actually has some pretty good
They
workouts.
do, right? Okay.
They do.
That's actually what I sell to my clients at $100 an hour.
That's Chalk It Up's secret.
And
I didn't mean to
that's
Check It Up.
basically it. I think we can turn
Edit
this
that
off.
part out of the video, please. Edit that part out.
I think at this point she's not gonna have any problem talking on camera for 20 minutes.
Okay. I knew
The
this was a
challenge will
rough
be
draft,
staying on
so-
topic.
Yeah.
And then, what happened
okay, so
here?
then I was bodybuilding. I got hella fucking buff and no.
Yeah, bro.
Chasing the pump, you know.
That would be so different.
Opposites.
Don't detract.
The fucked up part is she's not kidding. She got pretty big at 24, I remember.
Thank you.
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah.
Huge.
Talk shit behind my lats, bro.
Wow.
So you got big.
Okay, yeah.
You got big, you
And
got jacked,
And
tanned,
then,
you shaved all the hair off
yeah,
your back,
I did. I shaved my waxed my back.
your brain.
And then I went to the Bahamas, and I had a head injury, head trauma to my head. Was on a water slide. It's not that exciting. I won't get too much into details, but I have post-concussion syndrome.
How long have you had that?
It'll be 2 years. It's June. It's two years.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And how would you summarize that in 15 seconds? What is it like living with post-concussion syndrome?
Honestly, at first I was like super upset, and I was just like being very. Everything that I loved and worked for was taken away from me, and I like couldn't do it. I couldn't lift. I couldn't be active. I couldn't go outside. I couldn't go on my phone. I couldn't like socialize with anyone, and it was like really rough.
What was it like? So you would come into the gym and you would try to train, and then what would happen?
No, for like 8 months I was just in the house in the dark. And then when I started coming back to the gym, this is like fast forwarded a lot. I started coming into the gym because I was feeling better, and then I think like with what Brenna was saying, I would let my ego like get to me, and I'd try to like, I was embarrassed almost to like lift light.
Yeah.
So I would just go right back into the training that I was doing and push through my migraines and push through being like dizzy and feeling like shit, and I would push through it, and then I'd regress like 5 months and then get better after like 3 to 5 more months and then do it again, but like at a less level, like, oh, I'm just gonna take it easy, but it still wasn't taking it easy, and then I did that like 3 to 4 more times, and now I'm at a point where that's just not worth it to me, like to be constantly just like getting better, getting worse, getting better, getting worse. So now I'm just really like paying attention to and being kind of selfish in a way where like I need to take rests during the day.
So you're a grandma.
Yeah. I can't go out. I realize I can't drink. I don't like drink a lot, but like when I would drink, it would give me really bad migraines. So I have to be like better with that. And yeah, I say no to like all my 3 friends when they ask me to do things. Because it's just so like unpredictable, but I feel like I'm finally getting a handle on it, and I just train when I feel good, on the days I feel good, and I'll just do full body, and I'll do like 3 or 4 exercises, and I get all excited and I want to do more, but I'm like, Jayci, stop, that's it, you're gonna make it worse, just be done, and I'll go home and like rest for 20 minutes, and then I play with my dog, and then work, and yeah,
Like
I feel a lot happier.
Most people when they're younger and like they feel like, oh, I just need to like work harder. They can, but when you have a concussion, like the side effects of that are so like powerful that like that is not an option anymore.
Yeah. Well, my issue was I was like, when I was in college, I had 18
inch biceps.
18-inch biceps, 18 units. I played soccer at college level, so it was 6 days a week for like 5+ hours a day. Plus I was working 5 days a week. I would get like 5 hours of sleep, and I was fine. And I would get sick a lot, but like I was just go all the time, and then nothing.
Yeah.
And so like
it's like you had that in your back pocket. It's like, I could do that again.
So like every time I would go back into the gym, it was just like that mentality. But I would convince myself, because it was like half the amount of work, that like, oh, this is less, and it was less, but it still was too much.
And then it just squished the shit out of you.
Yeah. And now I have these hot dog legs.
Perfect.
So what brought you to chalk it up, and would you say like to powerlifting?
When I started getting into bodybuilding, I realized that I didn't really care. I mean, like the look wise, like that's cool and all, but like I wanted to see how, like, where I could take myself, like strength wise. And right when I was going to start getting into powerlifting and I went into chalk it up, that's when I hit my head. So
There's something about this gym that just has bad.
Take it easy. We're going with
no,
that.
but I think working at a gym, specifically this one, although I can't work out, I like haven't lost my motivation because I'm around it all the time. Sometimes it makes it, like, in the beginning I felt like it made it worse because I like would see everyone progressing and just me dwindling away. But I don't know. I think being around it all the time and like being with like-minded people and kind of being more intellectual about training and meeting you and just learning about like the Juggernaut training system and having these group meetings and stuff, like I just feel more grounded and have more of an understanding of things.
So you were talking about these things, like these are the challenges you face when you're in the gym. Like you're around people, you don't you feel like you can't really connect to them, even though you're prescribing them this hard training? Like you can't train as hard as you were able to before. What other challenges have you faced in balancing having a concussion with like coming into the gym?
I've noticed that with my clients that I feel like I could be a better trainer if I myself was working out, because I'd be experiencing it with them.
Yeah.
But I also think in a way I should say that it's made me a better trainer too, because I can kind of like
Take a step back
and look more like on the outside view of things, and like I can connect more with my clients if they're going through things. When before I was like, I don't understand, you're tired, like just go, just work through it.
Yeah.
But now I like have a better understanding of that. But I'm also learning that I can't baby them too much either, because then if I go too much in that direction, then they're not going to see any progress. And yeah.
Job security.
Done?
One more question, we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
What has been the most rewarding client experience you've experienced?
Damn.
If you
I
were
was
willing
kind
to
of
share
thinking
that.
about it when Brenna was answering, because I knew I was going to get this question. He's not here anymore, but I would say the most reward. I mean, all my clients have had rewarding things, but the one that really pops into my head. He was having like a drug problem, and Rob actually sent him to me.
That guy's awesome.
And I still am in contact with him a little bit, and he's doing pretty good, but he's never lifted in his life, and he was in his like mid-higher 20s, and just got out of, or was going through rehab, and came to this gym, and I was his trainer, and he got super strong, got a lot of confidence. He used to be super overweight, but after like all the drug stuff, he was really skinny. And then he got really confident under the bar and really confident in his life, and just shared a lot of things with me. And I kind of felt like I wasn't just helping him in fitness, but like in everything in his life. And it was just a really cool experience, and I was like happy to be a part of that, to like change someone's life like that.
Yeah.
And I was with him for about 6 months, and he is able to work out, and he has all the programming that we did, and he knows what he's doing, and like I'm confident that like he can do it, or he was doing it on his own, and then he started getting into like yoga, and kind of it's kind of cool because he's like looking into other things now, but I think eventually he's probably going to get back into it, and he's going to know exactly what to do. So it's really cool that like I kind of sent him off in this new direction.
Leave the nest.
Yeah, and I feel like he left at a perfect time. I think if he stayed here like and was relying on me too much, like that it wouldn't have benefited him. So and every client's different. Like some clients, it's their goal ultimately obviously is not to be with you forever, but like sometimes they like that accountability, they like that person to talk to, the social aspect, and it just kind of distracts them from, but it also keep you focused at the same time. Whereas other people can be a little bit more independent and want that independence, but they just need that little boost. So that was a really cool experience, and
Thank you for sharing.
Booyah.
Bye guys.
For the sample one?
My name
For the sample one, done.
We'll save the rest for the actual one.
And for the recording, what is the most important piece of advice you'd give to people
You want me to record this?
trying to train while having a concussion?
He's just doing other stuff now?
It's like if you could talk to younger Jayci when she first had her concussion and she started coming back to the gym, what would you tell her? What advice would you give her?
that it's not.
It's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean.
The angle of the dangle.
Yeah. Can you say that question again?
If you could go back in time to 8 months after you had your concussion and you started coming back to the gym, what advice would you give yourself to make?
Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just be okay with like this new way of life. It's the way to look at it. It's just, it's not the end of the world. It's just a new direction, it's a new way of living, and you're gonna be a better person because of it. So, like, just chill out.
Just
Don't
chill
stress
out.
out so much about it.
Okay.
Thank
Things
you.
that don't matter.
Cool. That's cool.
You guys are ready for the real one.